Hi, sorry for the weird thumbnail. I needed something to gather attention, and I hope it did. Anyway, let's discuss what you probably came here for. Is FGO a cash grab, and does it take away from art? This tweet up on the screen has been floating around Twitter for like a couple of days, and it garnered a lot of attention due to the original tweet renouncing AI art and showing a GIF, whatever the fuck, from FGO's 8th anniversary music video as an example. While the original poster for the quote retweet is agreeing that AI art is shit, they also criticized FGO for being a cash grab Gachaslop. Look, I'm not gonna be around the bush. The gacha system does suck ass. Ask any player, and I'm willing to bet 10 doubloons that no one will defend the atrocious gacha system or its repetitive gameplay. But what players will defend is its amazing story and characters alongside with it. FGO in of itself is a love letter to art, as they commission many talented artists such as Bun Bun, the illustrator for SAO, Huke, who is famously known for Steins Gate and Black Rock Shooter, Mika Picasso, who's worked for Nintendo and various VTubers. These are a few out of literal hundreds to design and illustrate servants, NPCs, craft essences, and more. I really think that this, it's Gachaslop, therefore it's invalid opinion is really simple-minded. I do think it's also funny that people are calling FGO predatory because of its horrible pity system, that they don't realize it's one of the most free-to-play friendliest gacha games out on the market. If you really want to talk about predatorial, then Honkai Star Rail is a great example of this. And the main problems that Star Rail faces is its HP inflation and power scaling. I mean, come on, we just went through an entire version having to rely on remembrance and pretty much every single 5-star character that was introduced. And now we're shifting into the Elation meta. They tried to bring back Super Break, but is it gonna last long? No, probably not, because they just released Elation. There hasn't even been a new 4-star character since Maz, and he was released in September of 2024. It has literally been over a year since we've gotten a new 4-star character. Not to mention the fact they released the best healer sustain in the game, Hyacinth. And yes, I am completely aware that they are buffing characters. It would be silly of me to purposely dismiss that. Just only time will tell when a standard character gets buffed. However, I'm not considering Blade, Zeal, or Fushuan as standard characters because you can only lose to them during limited time banners. And let me just input before someone says, "Oh, but they buffed Blade." I understand that they buffed Blade, however, he is still not a standard character, he's still limited. And I know all of that just sounded like I have a hate boner for Star Rail. I don't. I love playing the game. I love the gameplay. I love the challenge that it brings. I just think it's important for me to also acknowledge the problems that another game I play does have, you know? I'm just saying, I think it's important to not hop on the hate train from the information that was gathered by LARPing. As for the cash grab statement, this is both true and untrue. Let me explain. I've said before that, yeah, the gacha is complete ass, but it's highly regarded as an extremely free-to-play friendly game. Now, here's a fun fact. You can actually beat the main game with any low-star rarity character. You just need to put investment into them. And since the game features a friends list, you can borrow a servant to help you clear story quests. Since the game heavily revolves around team composition, the quote-unquote meta are just pulling characters that help you clear quests within 3 turns. These often include high-tier supports and a core DPS, but I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of that. If you want me to, though, I could probably make a dummies guide, because I too am a dummy. Basically, all you need to know is that min turning exists just so that you can clear quests a lot more faster, but it's not required, it's completely optional, it's entirely up to you. Now moving on as to why I don't believe this statement holds up anymore. The game released in 2015, and I understand that the earlier chapters were rough, but a year later, when Camelot was released, it was amazing, and since then, they've been releasing peak after peak after peak. If they put this much effort into a story just after a year of release, and continue that momentum to 11 years later, that to me is not a cash grab. That is time and effort being put into this story. Except Agartha, we don't talk about that one. I believe the term cash grab, at least to me, is just a way to make a quick buck and then not add any changes to the game. Games I think of that come to mind are Call of Duty, Multiverses, and just recently, Highguard. And just like most products, the revenue that's being generated by FGO is not only funding itself, but it's funding other Type Moon projects, such as the currently airing Fate Strange Fake and The Forgotten Child. Oh my god, it's real! Both of which are currently being praised for being amazing. I feel like people often forget that the term cash grab isn't exclusive for gachas. It can be used for practically anything. And what I do think is funny is that the original tweet also sparked another debate, and it's the whole, I like pancakes, oh so you hate waffles? That stupid conversation. And this is over the fact that the OP of the original tweet chose the clip from the FGO music video, rather than a Chainsaw Man movie clip. What fucking difference does it make? They are both animated works of talent and beauty, making it 100 times better than AI, right from the get-go. Also, no one is claiming for it to be the pinnacle of human art. This is just a result of when you pay artists fairly. It shows in their work. It's just really funny how we go from saying generative AI is shit to, actually you use a clip from a predatorial gacha game that's a cash grab, so it really isn't all that artful. When art has always been a commercial product. And if they ever do decide to do another music video, I don't think any player will be upset by that. If the money I spent trying to collect every single Artoria in the game is being used towards projects like that, I certainly don't mind. So who cares if the music video was funded by a predatorial cash grab Gachaslop? That shouldn't discredit the animators that worked so hard on that music video, despite where the money came from. If Type Moon commissioned a studio to create a work of art, then it shouldn't matter if they're known for a quote-unquote predatorial gacha game when they're known for much more, because they were able to reflect their values as a company, and they truly do value art, and that music video is a clear reflection of their love and appreciation for art.